Smells like adventure. What is cranking, wieners? Welcome back to Camp Claw. Oh, it has been quite some time since I kicked off an intro in front of this beautiful piece of property. It is good to be back up here in Maine, and today marks our first official day of filming up here. And I'm joining forces with none other than one of the greatest human beings ever, that being Connor. We actually had a wedding last night, and things got a little rowdy and we got a little fun. And at some point in the night, we had enough beveraginos where we both looked at each other like, we should go fishing tomorrow. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. I wanna bring you guys along with and show you probably one of the most incredible bodies of water that I've ever seen. I've grown up in the north. I've fished around all these deep, super clear, amazing reservoirs, you know, being so close to Michigan and Wisconsin, of course, Illinois too. But I've never, ever seen a fishery quite like what we're going to fish today. This is a super deep, extremely uber clear water little lake that is located in an undisclosed location in northern Maine. In this lake, you can find brook trout, which is native to Maine, lake trout, also native, and of course the fish that we're primarily after, smallmouth bass, which unfortunately is not native, but yet very, very highly sought after. And then of course, we've got Dee Busters over here, who for a moment there was wearing a Christmas hat. Where's your Christmas hat? That is the fit of the century. And she's picking her nose, just like her daddy. All right, anyway, Mila, you hold down the fort. I'll come back. We'll bring home some fish and we'll party, okay? Deal? High five. Yeah, let's go, Dee. All right, I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. She's like a forest gnome. She just runs off into the forest. Yeah, there's no question that is in fact my kid. Anyway, let's cut this intro out. Let's head out in the water and go crank some fish. We'll see y'all there. We are stuck in front of some weekend warriors over here. Their boat is not starting, and they've decided to take up the entire rein. So we shall wait. Yep, not starting. Check the kill switch, buddy. Is the kill switch in? Nope, put it in. Okay, kill switch is in, not turning on. Probably bad battery. Time to go back up to the house and charge her up. It was a classic Maine weekend warrior sesh where we watched a couple people destroy their trailers, not get their boats to start. I mean, it's just the way she goes out here. You gotta be patient. Maine is on a different time schedule. It's like island time. Maine is on island time, for sure. Boat's working though, so far. Pulling 14 volts out of this battery, that's freaking amazing. I haven't touched this boat in forever.
A lot of people thought we were down towards.
Oh, I saw that. That was so
sick.
cool. I watched that fish come up behind it. That was so cool. It is a really big one. Holy hell. I was like, it looks like there's something behind my popper. Oh, that's a nice one.
It was sick.
Talk about a first fish for me that day. My Lord. That's a unit, dude. That is a Unitia. Oh my gosh. Oh, just going absolutely insane. Bluebird skies, a bit of chop. And what lure do I decide to throw? A freaking Guggen popper. And sure enough, just like that, I've got my first fish of the day in this epic clearwater fishery. If you're gonna go for bass up in Maine, you might as well do it the fun way and throw some top water for them. Big post spawner. Look at the size of this thing's head. Ooh, just throwing down. Absolutely throwing down. You gonna see me get a hook in my hand real quick? It's kind of been the theme for today. Look at that, all gnarled up, beat up. That is a freaking start. Fishing this crystal clear reservoir in northern Maine. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Can't deny, even if you're not a bass guy, you can't deny these guys are exhilarating. Let's send them back down in the depths. Watch them swim all the way back down to the bottom. Later, buddy. That was cool. Take a look at this contraption I'm throwing right now. All my good black Guggen bloopers are down south in Texas, so I picked up a white one. And this morning, I did a bit of coloring, kind of like my daughter does in her coloring book. But instead of coloring on a Frozen or Barbie coloring book, I decided to color on my lure. So I put a bit of black Sharpie in there to kind of contrast with the very bright skies, and also too, it's the same color as the mayflies that are hatching right now. And even though this is like a super deep, open water, clear flat, there's still gonna be fish that are looking up, just like that one. He was falling in like a trout for a good bit, and he finally committed. So cool, dude. Let's get some more. Dude, that's the cool thing about fishing these clear water lakes like this, is you don't even need this big screen that's in front of me right now. It's not like you're fishing the dirty Texas reservoirs where you don't even know if there's a fish chasing it. You can watch a fish chase basically on your first crank of your reel all the way to the boat. And like that last fish I just caught, I watched that fish trail my popper. I don't know, I just love fishing these clear water spots like this. It can be so much fun. It can be tricky, but if you play around with a bunch of different techniques, it can be very rewarding. What are the odds? Yeah, you just ate it. Oh, nice one.
It's so sick.
That's crazy.
It's a big one.
Just a know-nothing bank. That is a nice one. Dang, I didn't know it was that big. Second fish of the day for me. It's pretty slow right now. I think this the fishing's a little weird because they're in that in-between. They've like already spawned, like a large population of these smallmouth have already spawned. And then you got a lot that are out deep just roaming around. Boat flip. Hey, too high 2-pounder. Oh, I think he's pooping something out. I caught Buddy mid-poop. Look at that. He's got like a crawdad coming out of his anise. Caught that one on an all black jig. I want to talk about this later, but all black can be such a good color for clean water. Not a giant, but hey, a bass is a bass, and this is our first real true fishing day up in Maine, and it just feels good to come tight on a little brown bass. See, bud? Kiss him, spank him, and of course, send it back. Oh, there's one. Good one. Not a bad one. Just up there on the bank. Could be getting pushed up by this wind too. That was fun. Nice healthy 2-pounder. Yoink! Into the boat he goes. Oh, did you get hit?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Double bites.
Legit.
on the old black and blue with the bandito bug. Skinny post palm. Look at the eyes on this guy. He's like really red. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Send him back. Bye-bye. Later. Hello? What's going on? What works? Oh, you guys are in Bangor? Okay, cool. We'll leave now. We'll leave now. We'll get out of here. What the heck? Okay, we're on some fish right now, so if we knock this out, then we can finish this video. Four's fine. All right, love you, man. I think there's some fish over here, Connor.
There's quite a few.
Okay, let's regroup.
Let's go.
Nice one, dude.
There's a few here, huh?
Yeah, I think we found some fish.
That's a good one.
That is a nice bass.
They're pretty fat already, too.
There's literally one under the boat right now. I wonder how dumb
like
this
being
fish
a
is.
little bit spawned out.
Yeah, they do seem to be a bit skinny.
They're eating good though.
Yeah, these ones over here are eating nice. I do believe Connor and I have found ourselves a nice little mess of fish. We're just kind of drifting with the wind right now, looking around, seeing if we can find any bass. Today has been definitely a challenge, but it is nice to at least lean back on a couple smallmouth and, you know, shake the dust off of the old Maine boat and crack on some fish. This is what I'm throwing right now, a little black jig with a trimmed down junior bandito bug and an Alabama craw. Primarily not most smallmouth anglers' first choice, but in clear water, especially in the spring or late summer, black just really stands out. It looks like a little bit of a, I don't know, like a leech or an insect, and they can't stand that. I could be throwing a natural craw color, like similar to what the craws are in here, but I'm just trying to throw something that I can kind of work above their heads. It looks like a leech or an insect, and they do love it. I'm throwing on heavy gear, 7'3" rod, 20-pound test. This whole setup isn't really meant for small, but it's working in this case. And you know, it's just a nice little bite-sized snack that you can power fish with when you come across a couple schmaljaws. See if we can get a couple more. What the hell is going on right now?
Can I get my phone out?
Just for reference, guys, for those of you watching on YouTube right now, they are going over probably 2 feet of rock at the moment. I mean, they are just... Woo! Let's go! Yes, sir! And there goes the spot. Okay, well, we should move, I think.
We should go back.
Yeah, we should go back up where there was no boats and where there was fish. As I was saying, you guys can probably see the rocks. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can definitely see the rocks right here. Them boys in the big boat, they got really close to that. We were taking bets as to whether or not someone was going to bottom out with their lower unit, but I think they just narrowed. I mean, dude, look at that rock right there.
I know.
Holy hell. It's sketchy. It's sketchy over here. Woo! That is a prop duster if I've ever seen one. Oh, but it's marked. The only problem is the buoy's underwater. Jeezy Pete, that's sketchy. Oh. Whoa. What the heck is this? Smallmouth. That was crazy. Did you see that eat? That was the weirdest eat I've ever seen. Midday pooper fishing. That's fun, dude. Kind of got out of the wind a little bit. Found ourselves some big rocks. Got a nice smallmouth bass. Woo woo. Ski. There we go. Nice. Oh, he's blind. That's why he bit my popper. That was such a crazy eat. He literally ate it and just sat there as if he was like eating a jig. But he thought it was a dragonfly. I duped you. I duped you. Caleb even put instructions on top of the popper too. Bite me. That's exactly what that fish did. It bit. It bit it. Hooked him good. Looks ridiculous, but hey, they're fooled. They're fooled. That's all that matters. Give him a kiss. Sniff. Sniff.
Yeah.
Now
Fresh.
I'm feeling it. See you, bud.
Fresh.
Fresh kill. One. Woo! Found some fish, man. Just got out of the wind. That thing looked huge when it bit.
At first, oh my
It
gosh.
was like a 5-pounder. Nice bass, though. Your biggest of the day, no doubt. Ooh, they go so hard in this lake.
They're kind of like a little orange almost.
Yeah, they're pretty. Nice one, dude.
That was kind of cool.
Finally found some, yeah.
Stuck them.
Wow. On the doob tube?
Let's go.
On the doob tube.
Almost a double.
Yeah. Well,
See how orange?
Yeah, that's actually a really pretty fish. That one looks a little bit better than the other ones we were catching. He doesn't look as beat up. Nice, Connor. Dude, right on the edge over there?
Yeah, dude. Hit right off the side of the rock.
Interesting.
Hit it almost right as it hit the water.
Last spot of the day. And after this, we're gonna meet the girls for some dinner, some din-din. This has been a pretty nice day, man. We always manage to catch at least something.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Connor's in Texas. I don't know if you guys seen the videos when Connor came to Texas, but that was horrible. It was probably one of the best fishing day in the sense that we got to hang out, but probably worst fishing day from a standpoint of actually catching.
Especially knowing you're on the lake that can be so good.
Yep, we fished some good stuff, but this is fun. Catching some small sourmouth and some small jaws, but we're gonna see if we can get one last shot. I'm throwing the tried and true leech imitation football head jig. I'm gonna see if we can get bit. This spot is usually pretty good in the late summer. We just haven't been able to find really big groups of fish, maybe one or two here and there. And then we've gone without a bite for like 20 minutes, so. It's a bit strange, but hey, who cares? We're gonna find some fish over here. Yeah, big one too. Good one. Oh, really nice one. I think I see where he came off of too.
I might too.
Nice,
dude. Didn't even like bite hard, but man.
Soggy.
Now he's just.
He's going hard now. It's like a 4-pounder.
Yeah.
That was
beat
nuts. Oh, I just got hit. We might double.
Let's go.
Oh, mine's good too. That was gnarly. That was gnarly. We just had to go up a little bit. 10 feet of water. Oh, no way, dude. We just doubled. Buzzer beater bites. I'm gonna boat flip mine. Woo-wee. Whose is bigger?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I love it up here, dude. It's like you go freaking hours without a bite, and then all of a sudden you make a small adjustment, and just like that, we got doubles for the day. Doob tube and Dieter bug with the black jig. That's killer.
I got him good.
Cheers, homie. Time for the release. Slowly dip them in the water and send them back. Oh, okay, they're ready. Nice. Put it there, brother. Ding.
Success.
Success. Oh, wow.
Clobbered off the rock.
Oh my gosh, that was nuts.
Oh,
Hammered the piss out of it. That was a nutty bite. That is a good one. Oh, we're getting some action there at the tail end of the day. Woo! Healthy one. There's nothing more fun than boat flipping smallmouth too. Can't do it on the light spinning gear, but can do it with the 20-pound test. Woo-wee!
It's a good one.
How do I look, yellow man? I got that stuck in my head. Smiling friends, drop a comment if you guys watch. I'm a huge fan and watched an episode a couple nights ago, and I can't stop thinking about it, but these smallmouth are helping distract my mind from mindless humor. Nice bass, probably close to 3-pounder. Literally said we're gonna give ourselves 10 more minutes and we're heading out of here, and this is when the flurry has happened. Of course, now we don't want to leave, but we gotta go eat din din. Nice fish. Beautiful smallmouth. Okay, well, that was the worst release ever. Okay, I think it's time we get out of here.
Oh my God.
I'm losing my mind, Connor. We're here, we've made it. So, I know a lot of you guys have been following the channel for quite some time, and you know that I've had this camp, or this cabin up in Maine for, I think, almost 5 years now. But this barn has been something that we've just continuously been improving on, adding on. Right now, I must say it's an absolute mess, but we just had our move-in day literally 2 days ago. We drove all the way from Texas to Maine, 37-something hour road trip. So things are gonna be a little messy, but we plan on fixing it. I figured I'd just take the end of today's smallmouth Clearwater mission and show you guys where I actually spend a lot of my time. When I'm not hanging out with family or chilling with Mile and Kaylee, I am in here rigging and twigging. So I wanna show you guys some of the bigger elements in this barn. This barn is, I believe, 40 by 50 feet. So it's pretty sizable. It's got an upstairs loft. That's where guests sleep. That's kind of the, this loft right here is the kind of smashed layer, dungeon, whatever you want to call it. And it is exactly that, you know, come up there after a few beveraginos and fishing and you just chill. But underneath the loft, we've got 2 boats. These are 2 of my favorite boats I've ever owned. This one right here, 1875. It is a deep V tiller, so it's got a 90 horse on the back. It's got all the bells and whistles. We've got a 12-inch front graph, and then we've got a 12-inch rear graph for side scan and mapping. The one in the front has live scope, which really comes in handy in some of these deep water lakes. I've got a 80-pound thrust trolling motor, and this is all decked out with lithiums, with the exception of the starter, which is an AGM. The boat next to that, it's probably one of my favorite boats I've ever owned. This is a 17.0 Montauk. This is a fantastic boat. We bring this down to the salt. This boat is incredible in rough water for how small it is. It's a 17-foot boat, center console. On the front, I've got an 80-pound Altera, which is a super long 62-inch shaft, I believe, which is perfect for, you know, heavy tides, tons of current. Sometimes we'll fish saltwater rivers with this. And this is a striper catching machine. We caught false albies out of this thing, black sea bass. One of my biggest striper ever came out of this rig. And I've had this for a couple years. Had the red boat, the red tiller for about, I think, 3 years now. I've had this boat for roughly 4. Both are equipped with Mercuries. One's got a 90 horse, and this one has a 115 on the back. Both plenty of horsepower for the size of boat. So those actually stay stowed under here. Normally I'd have the red tiller backed up a little bit underneath the loft, and it fits really nicely, keeps everything out of the way, but we just used it, so it's out right now. Behind me, we've got the Great Wall of Guggen. This is where we keep all the excess baits that aren't in the boat already. So we've got some Guggen baits here. We've got some, actually some NLBNs these boys or a Florida company that hooked it up very nice, so I want to give them a little shout out. These lures are primarily used by anglers down south for snook, redfish, and tarpon, but they do really good on the striper up north. So they sent me some stuff. I'm like, hey, just go crazy. But next up, we've got all the goon goodness, the stuff that really matters up here for smallmouth, pike. I've actually caught a lot of lake trout on the dart, which was never its intended purpose, but that's the beauty of Maine is you've got all these different species, and with that, we have to come locked and loaded with everything. I mean, stuff for brook trout, panfish, saltwater species, bass. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's crazy with the scope of gear that I have in this barn. In Texas, it's just bass fishing gear, whereas up here, we've got multi-species stuff. So yeah, I'm actually doing a little bit of twiddling right now. We got everything from rattling neds, junior bandito bugs, 5-inch lunker logs, you know, rattling chunks, all good stuff. Also, the mosquitoes are going crazy, and Caleb's going like, he's like spazzing out behind the camera. Another boat that I don't really talk about much, and we still need to really use, is this Old Town canoe. I've had this for a couple years now, bought it off Facebook Marketplace for, I think like 400 bucks, but I can fit 3 people. And I think while we're up here, we're gonna do a river mission, maybe for some muskie or maybe some trout too. So unfortunately, it hasn't gotten a lot of love. I do have a little trolling motor for this. It's a 50-pound thrust Minn Kota. And yeah, that's like for bigger lake stuff, but we just use the paddles normally on this. So technically 3 boats in this barn, which is a lot. Rod rack over here. So, you know, when we are doing different species, sometimes I'll throw the bass rods over here and throw the striper rods in the boat, vice versa. I mean, lots of twigs in this barn. I mean, this right here is a big striper setup. It's a casting deal. It's got a 300 size old Corrado, saltwater Corrado, and this is a 7.6 meat stick. And then of course, got some of my more favorite setups out here. Guggen Black series. This is a smallmouth setup. Also use it for largemouth too. 300 size spinning reel. You know, just a wide range of tackle for a wide range of species. And that's why I love fishing up here so much, because you've got options. And speaking of, I still have stuff from last year's ice fishing season. This right here, if you're not familiar with this device, is an auger. It's for when things get morbid up here and it gets really cold. This is used to cut holes so we can yank fish out from underneath the ice. So, you know, I also do a lot of ice fishing. When we do go up here, it's fun for a little bit of time, but after that, it's like, we're done. Big muskie net over here, smallmouth net over here, striper pike net is this blue one. You know, I just made sure that this barn was decked out for all occasions. I've come over here, show you what's going on the other side of the barn. This barn, again, absolute mess, but hopefully the next couple of days we'll get it dialed in. Got a bunch of batteries here because I like to drain my batteries when I'm not here, and it's an absolute mess, I know. Some tools for getting unstuck, because back in the north woods of Maine, we do get a lot of rain, things do get soupy, we lose traction, and trucks go in ditches, boats lose axles, and let me tell you what, every tool in this barn has been used probably for one thing or another, especially for getting out of a sticky situation. Yeah, but it's just, I mean, power washer, wrenches, all the tools are out because, like I said, they get used. I'm always breaking stuff and I have to learn how to fix it. This is kind of cool. My neighbor, Paul, shout out to Paul, and his wife, Jennifer, got me this giant Camp Claw sign. If you don't know, Camp Claw was originally named after, well, you guessed it, White Claws, the drink. Back in the day when I was up here a lot, that's all we were drinking. I've kind of evolved and sprouted into a beautiful butterfly. I don't just drink White Claws anymore, but it's got our names on it, John, Kaylee, and Mila K. It's just missing Caleb's name and the dog's name. We need to somewhere like, oh, check the back. Oh no, it just says you're an idiot. Oh, that's weird. Not you, I'm an idiot. Still need to hang that up. I want to hang it up above the barn probably. Tool chest over here. And then next to the tool chest, we've got an assortment of different gears. In here, all my ice rods for lake trout, brook trout, and pike. We got some interesting reels. This is a big tuna reel. One of my goals this year is to get a bluefin tuna on spinny gear. I've caught them before on big 130s using live bait, but I really want to catch one on artificial. So yeah, again, in the same tune of, like I said earlier, we've got all different shapes and sizes of tackle, you know, 500 size tranks, some old stuff that I've wanted to film in years past and just never got around to it, old Abu Garcia. Pretty cool stuff. You know, it honestly looks like a dump, but you get the gist. More ice rods up here, some batteries when we're doing camping sessions. A lot of times when we go travel up north, there's no electricity, so we have to bring camera batteries with us. Got washer and dryer in here, including a fridge. This is not just a place to hold all of our tackle and boats. it is also a barn for living in too. So every time we get overflow guests in here, which sometimes we do, they stay out here. It's a completely finished barn. It's got spray foam insulation. Stays super warm in the wintertime, super cool in the summertime, which it is now. But I don't know, what you got in here, Caleb?
Bunch of groceries.
Yeah, looks about right. Just one bottle of sad-looking Woodfords that's been half drinking. It's kind of cool too. I quote-unquote built this, but underneath the loft where I slide the boat under, I keep a lot of my bigger rods. So we've got some tuna setups here. There's an 8,000 Saltiga. We got like a 6,000 Saltist. I bought a freaking 14K Stella. Still need to fish with this, which is just crazy. I got a 5K Saltiga. Or is this a 6? It might be a 6. Lots of striper rods go up under here. I haven't done it recently, but years past I have done some trolling for lake trout. It is about as fun as stubbing your toe 1,000 times. It's just not my favorite thing, but I do have trolling gear here too. So we've got some lead line on these clicker reels. Peric, last time he was up here, bought me a 80 wide, which it literally has never seen a fish. It sucks, but you know, we have it up here and it eventually will get used. Some panfish stuff. I do like breaking out the light action, like Guggen setups, like the 6-foot ultralights, and I like catching crappie. They're invasive up here, but there's plenty of places to catch crappie. So we've got gear for that. Fly rods too. I actually do a good bit of fly fishing when I'm up here for smallmouth and also striper. So got like this is a 10 weight right here for striper. Got some 6 weights, some 4 weights too for little stuff, or if we want to go crazy on some river smallmouth. And then behind that is where we hang up all the foul weather gear. Got all different kinds of brands. I mean, I've gone through them all. I haven't found a company I really love yet. Obviously, the more expensive stuff generally fares a little bit better. But yeah, we keep, you know, warm bibs up here. These are insulated. These are just rain bibs. These are some of my original old ones. These are like completely no longer waterproof, but they're up here if anyone needs them. Life jackets, gloves for when it's cold, ice spikes for fishing down like at the Cape Cod Canal, or these are also great for not slipping and falling on the ice. Next to that, got a microwave, pressure cooker, and a air fryer. So if you want to throw some food in there and cook up, and then we got some cabinets, seasonings in there. I don't know. It's just a place to, like, to have like a little kitchen-ish area. And of course we got a sink right there too. In this closet is where the water pump is at, and this is where the hot water propane heater is located as well. Most of this cabin runs on just straight electricity, but the hot water runs on propane, and it's instant hot water. It's tankless, and then the dryer is also propane too. Maine really does love their propane, so I've got like a couple 100 gallons of propane at all times, and it gets used up a lot in the winter. I'm gonna take you guys upstairs real quick, but I'm gonna show you on the way some interesting memorabilia. This was the "Honk, we suck at fishing" sign that we held up on Never Stop. I don't know why I kept it, but it's got some sentimental value. This is a picture of my buddy Ryan, who lives up here, and me holding my first ever Maine muskie. Him and his wife, now wife, Brooke, gifted this to me a long time ago, and it's such a sick picture. I freaking love it. Need to hang it up though. I got a lot of cool pictures I need to hang up too, some family stuff. And then over here is, some of you guys I'm sure have seen this, but I'll show you again. This is a picture of 2 male bull moose getting to know each other very well. I don't know why I bought that, but a dude by the name of Isaac Spots took that picture, and I was like, I want it. So I bought a metal print of it. Come on in. So this is the upper part of the barn. It can sleep, I'd say comfortably 4 people, but if you really wanted to go crazy, you could probably fit 5. And Caleb, myself, and the old intern Griff, we all lived up here while the new part of the barn was getting renovated. But right now it's, I don't know, I need to do some stuff to it. This is my old bed in the old cabin. So this is where Caleb sleeps. Got a vacuum up here, stale air transfer unit thing. There's a word for it, I can't think of it, but because this barn is insulated, you fart in here and it just stays in the barn because it's so packed tight. So that will circulate the fart energy and dump it outside. But yeah, I got some 2 twins, queen, TV, sound bar, PS4, gotta have all that. And there's another little space behind there where Caleb likes to, I mean, dude, this barn looks bad right now, I will say. It's not to your fault, Caleb. I mean, I need to do some work on it, but, oh, and then too, there is a bathroom in the barn, full bath. So I know I've showed you guys this before, but there's a lot of people that have not seen the Bass barn, and this is where we operate out of a lot. Again, I have my other cabin over there, which is primarily just living, so it's not that exciting. But this was built a couple years ago and I absolutely freaking love it. And every time we come up here, we improve upon it, we break stuff, we tear stuff down, then we add new. But it's just, I don't know, it's a freaking vibe up here. I love being up in this barn and just chilling. Anyway, we're peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys for watching another main video here at Camp Claw. Drop a comment, let us know what we should film next. And guess what? We'll make it happen. As always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.